Hi, welcome back to another video. Today I have another vintage spin casting reel, and this is a reel that I've been trying to find for a while, and it's quite rare. It's only a few. I've only ever seen a few out there, and it's a Japanese reel. It's from the early '60s, I'm guessing, and this one is a Taico, T-A-I-C-O. That's the American import company. So it's a Taico 50, number 51 Blue Streak spin casting reel. And luckily I have the box for this one and the bit of information here. This reel has can hold 125 yards of 6-pound line, 08 bearings, Zamac gears, carbide pickup, permanent anti-reverse, 3-to-1 gear ratio, rust-resistant materials, and 7-ounce weight. So this one, I got this one on eBay. I think I paid $12 for it, and a little bit more, paid plus shipping. So in the here's the schematic with the whole parts list right here, and bit here about disassembly and cleaning, that kind of thing. So I'll just set this, and here's a look at the box, and there's really nice graphics on that box. I really like it. So like I said, this Japanese made. This is probably around the time that Johnson centuries were probably like the most common thing, so they copied a lot of that. And I don't know, I think this is a bit of an odd reel. The reel seat is a bit strange here. Some kind of rivets holding it on. And you can tell by like the hammered black paint that it's probably 60s for sure. It has a white push button, lighter shade of blue handle, darker front cover. And this one is really strange because the front housing, the line guide is out from the main spinner cone, which is a bit strange. And the cool thing about this reel is this medallion, and it looks like that's some kind of plastic, maybe acrylic. It has a really cool logo, and a lot of times these reels are in hard shape, and this one is pretty good. I got this one. This one was missing a handle knob when I got it, so I'm guessing it was bought and used slightly, and someone took the handle off and lost a nut, and they put it in a box and just never used it again. And I had a real hard time finding that acorn nut that fit. I have a whole thing full of them, and only found one that fits. Really small, fine threads. So just going to show you the sort of the inside of this. I'm not going to take it completely apart, and there's a good reason for that, and I'll show that when I get further into it. So down here it has a little release for your front cover, so that just comes off. And here's your rotor, here's your little pickup pin, here's your drag, this plastic piece. So to get this off, you just hold the handle and just spin that off. There's a lot of threads on this. So that comes off. There's your pickup pin. Pretty much like a Johnson century, very similar. Your drag washer is in here, and I don't think this is meant to come apart. There's a little tiny little retaining ring there, but I'm not going to mess with that. So here's your spool. Your spool does come off. There's 3 screws right here. So these are really small screws. You want to make sure you got the right screwdriver so you don't mess the screws up. So there's one. Here's the second one. And there's one more. So all three are out, they're all the same size. So now the spool comes off. Here's your pinion gear. There's brass bushing in there. So here's the handle. Here's your main gear. Here's your anti-reverse. There's your push button. I'm not going to take all this off. And here's the coolest, like I said, the coolest part about this reel is this medallion. In order to get this medallion off, there's a retaining ring right here, and you have to get that off, which is not easy. And then the medallion has to push out from the inside to the outside. And I'm not going to do that because you could easily damage it, and I don't want to damage this paint on the back here because it won't show. It's going to mess up what you see on the outside because the graphic is on the inside. And after that's pushed out, that's how the main gear comes out. It comes out through this opening where the medallion is. So I'm not going to mess with that. And really, there's no need of doing that. You can reach in there. If you got to clean this, you can get some WD-40 and get in all the openings and use a Q-tip and stuff to get it really clean. I'm just going to quickly fire this back together. You know, sometimes you got to make a decision if you want to risk damaging something like this, and this is not a common reel by any stretch. These are really hard to find and really in this condition. And like I say in my other videos, like I really am a spincast lover, especially the older ones, and especially the Japanese ones. The American ones are great, like Johnson and Zebco's, but there's so many out there that they're super easy to find in any condition. So I like the rarer ones myself. And ones that are, you know, a little bit different. So that goes back on. It's going to put the spool back on. You don't really need to tighten that much because when you put this piece on here, everything tightens like that. Spin that on. I don't know if I mentioned this is your drag adjustment here, so you just turn it counterclockwise to loosen, clockwise to tighten. It's actually a nice reel. Kind of like it. Very smooth. And it's obviously aimed at a younger person, like say someone teenager or younger. I'm just going to get this back on here. Just line up the tabs, push in this little release here. There we go. Now it's on there. Yeah, it's just I don't know. You imagine being 10, 15 years old and seeing this on a shelf at a store sold fishing gear. You'd probably be drawn to it right away. It's really cool. I think it's really cool anyway. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this reel. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll get some more unusual reels and do some more videos soon. Okay, take care, everybody.